Hey crafty friends, it's Melinda from mypapercrafting.com. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how I made this stationery box featuring some pretty dewdrops and diamond drops from the robin's nest, as well as some paper from the Die Cuts with a View Cherry Limeade and Oh Baby stacks. I created these SVG files for the medallions as well as for the box. I shared this one on the Robin's Nest blog, which I'll leave the link in the info section below the video. And stay tuned. At the end of the video, I will give you the link to the SVG box. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so to get started, I cut both templates out of some plain white cardstock. This one is the base, and you can tell because it has a deeper side panel, and this is the lid. And it's very simple. You just simply go ahead and score along all the score lines. And I created this file so if you have a cutter that works with SVG files, I will share the link at the end of the video. And so I've scored all these, so it's just a matter simply of just adding some adhesive to these flaps. Okay, and that's the base. And now we're just going to go ahead and do the same thing with the top. And there's your box. Okay, so here's my completed base of the box, and I put a couple extra layers on the inside of cardstock just to make it really nice and sturdy. So now I'm going to go ahead and just adhere the mats to the outer edges. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do the same thing with the lid of the box. Okay, so now that I've got the mats on, and the lid and the box are designed so that you can afford to put a couple mats on each one, as long as the cardstock and the paper aren't too super thick. It should still fit on there nice and snug, but properly. Okay, so here is a look at the finished top, and you can see the pretty medallion that I created for the top of my box. And the stars of the show are these dewdrops from the robin's nest. And I used several of the crystal as well as the regular dewdrops. And there's quite a collection that you can get, but what I used were these, pretty much these here from these 5 collections. And what I did was I created these SVG files, and I created them so that you could basically put your dewdrops on there real easy peasy. And then these are the mats that I went with that coordinate with the set. So what I did was, and this is just real easy, is you just follow along with that. And so what I used was just a jewel picker, And then I just used some glue, some wet adhesive, and then I just added some adhesive. And because this adhesive dries clear, and because it's wet, it gives me time to kind of move some things around. So you can kind of line up that crystal to go right along in that space. And again, because I use the wet glue, it's a little forgiving and I have time to kind of line that up. And here's some pink ones. I know the camera probably doesn't show the color very well, but there's a real soft, subtle color to these. And then this one's got kind of like a frosted color. So there is a difference. You just probably can't see it on camera too easily. Okay, and for this one, I pretty much just did the same thing and added the beads, just like I did the other one. Here's the finished medallion, just as it is. And then for the finished one, you can see where I added some foam tape between some of the layers to give them a little extra lift, just to give it some more dimension. And then for one more step, I'm going to go ahead and just adhere the tiny little metal mini dewdrops right around there, but because this was so thin, I just wanted to mount it onto the mat first. Okay, so that finishes off the medallion. There's the lid to the box, and that's perfect.